Let's start class. Thank you so much for joining me in our Hatha yoga class today. We're going to do a 30-minute beginner's yoga, and it's going to be a nice, slow little routine, okay? All right, so if we can just sit crisscross applesauce, placing your hands on your knees. We can have our palms face down, our palms up, or touch our pointer finger and our thumb together. So I would like for us to just take a couple breaths here through the nose and out the nose, okay? So breathing in and breathing out. Now if you have Ujjayi breath in your practice today, now is the time to activate it. Make sure your shoulder blades are down, you're sitting up as tall as possible. Go ahead and set your intention for your practice, whether it be to learn or to stretch, to be a little more healthier. A couple more breaths here. And on the next inhale, let's go ahead and bring our arms up and over, breathing in. And as you exhale, let's just place your hands in front of you. Now here we can release our forehead towards the ground, or we can press our hands into the ground, keeping an active upper body and active neck. So it's yogi's choice whether they want to relax with their forehead or if they want to stretch that low back in an active stretch. 3 more breaths here through your nose. And on the next exhale, go ahead and sit all the way up. Once you reach the top, bring your shoulders up towards your ears, back, around, and down. All right, we're going to take one hand out to the side, walk it out while we breathe in. We're going to breathe out and bring the other hand up and over. We're going to look past that top elbow towards the ceiling and let the bottom elbow go towards the ground. Just breathing here. Feeling that luxurious stretch in the side body. 2 more breaths. And every time you inhale, really feel that stretch. And on the next exhale, windmill your hands all the way over to the other side. Once again, we're going to look past that top elbow and letting the bottom elbow go towards the ground. But don't let that other side hip come off of the ground. 2 more breaths here. And on the next exhale, come back to center. All right, now we're going to get on our hands and knees. So placing our wrists directly under our shoulders and our knees directly under our hips. We're going to do some cat-cows. So breathing in, letting that belly drop down, looking up, up, up. We're going to breathe out, rounding our back, looking in towards our belly button. Breathing in, looking up. Breathing out, looking in. Let's do this 4 more times with your own breath. And on the next inhale, come to a neutral back. We're going to reach one arm out to the side, and then we're going to reach it through, we're going to thread the needle. So we're reaching it through the arm and leg, laying on our shoulder and our head. The hand that's in front of your face, we can go ahead and lift it up, turn it around, and place it on your low back, or we can have it come all the way down to your thigh. Breathing in and breathing out, looking above your shoulder, really twisting. 2 more breaths just like that. And then on the next inhale, let's go ahead and lift that arm that's behind us, place it back in front of our face, and then press into that hand, lifting up your whole body. All right, so let's go ahead and do that on the other side. Lifting that hand and then threading the needle, laying on your shoulder and your head. The hand that's in front of your face, we're going to lift up, turn around, and place on our low back or our thigh. Breathing in, breathing out, looking up towards the ceiling. And on the next inhale, let's go ahead and lift that hand that's behind us, place it back in front of our face. We're going to press into that hand, lifting our head. All right, so let's release our hips towards our heels, arms stretched out in front of us. We're going to release our forehead to the ground and just relax. So we can just relax here, or we can press our hands into the ground, stretching that low back. Or we can dig our hands into the ground, kind of inching them forward, stretching our shoulders, stretching our traps. 3 more breaths here. All right, on the next inhale, let's go ahead and clasp our hands together. We're going to lift our hips, tuck our toes, and we're going to shoot our hips towards the sky like a downward facing dog, but on our elbows. So this is a perfect alternative for people that have wrist issues. In downward facing dog, if it's too painful, come onto your elbows. This is called puppy dog pose or dolphin pose, I've heard it been called. But make sure your elbows are just an arm's length apart. All right, clasping hands, tucking toes, breathing in. As we breathe out, lift those knees up off the ground, hips go skyward, and we're pressing our chest towards our thighs while we relax our neck. Three more breaths here. And then on the next exhale, step your feet back a little bit and slide forward into a plank position. We're going to hold this for 2 breaths, and then we're going to go onto our belly. And go ahead and lay all the way down. Let me bring my shirt down. Ooh. All right. So from here, relax your head on your hands just for a moment. Be grateful for the time you're taking today to do this luxurious yoga stretch. All right, so let's go ahead and reach our arms forward. We're going to lift one hand, and then we're going to lift the opposite leg. We're going to hold it here for a breath, breathing in through our nose and out through our nose, and then we're going to switch. And we're going to do this 3 times on both sides. So lifting arm and leg opposites, breathing in, and as we breathe out, release them down. Breathing in, breathing out, lifting up the opposite arm and leg, breathing in, and breathing out, lowering down. Breathing in, lift, breathing out, lower. One more time on each side. Fold your hands in front of your face, relax for another moment. We're going to go into bow pose. So what we're going to do here is lift one foot up, bending that knee, acting like we're kicking our bum. We're going to reach around, grab that ankle, and let's do that to the other side as well. Bending knee, reach around, grab the ankle. Breathing in, as we breathe out, we're going to press those ankles into our hands. We're going to rock towards our hips, looking up, 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 lifting that chest. 3 breaths here. Pressing those ankles into your hands, really activating those thighs. 1 more breath. And then let's go ahead and release those thighs back down, releasing our ankles. They're coming back down to the ground. Awesome. Great job. Take a moment. All right, so what we're going to do here, so if you haven't noticed, we're doing a lot of back exercises. This is going to be amazing on your back. If you're having any back aches or if you feel like you just need to work your back out, then this is perfect. We're going to place our hands directly under our shoulders. We're going to breathe in, and as we breathe out, we're going to lift our hands off of the ground. I'm looking directly in front of me, so chest goes up a little bit, breathing in the position, breathing out, lower. All right, so we're going to breathe in, breathe out, lift that chest, looking directly in front of you, breathing in the position, breathing out, lower. We're going to do this one more time. Breathing in, breathing out, lifting your hands, your shoulders, your neck, breathing in the position, and breathing out, lower. Awesome. All right, so from here, let's go ahead and place our elbows directly under our shoulders. Hands are flat onto the ground, fingers are spread. Roll those shoulder blades down your back. We're going to look forward, opening that chest, just relaxing and releasing. Two more breaths here. All right, and on the next exhale, go ahead and release your chest back down. So what we're going to do now is we're going into up dog, not down dog, up dog. So this is where we place our hands directly under our shoulders, breathing in, looking forward. We're going to breathe out, press that chest up. So just know where you are today. There's no need to go any further. 2 breaths here. And on the next exhale, tuck those toes, lift those hips. We're going into downward facing dog. So still we want our hands to be spread, fingers are spread, palms pressing into the ground. We're pressing our chest towards our thighs. We're relaxing our head, neck, and just releasing and relaxing 3 to 5 breaths here, whatever you're feeling today. And on the next exhale, bring your knees back down to the ground, and we're actually going to sit on our side. Awesome. We're going to do a little bit of a modified side plank, and I like to do this because whenever I'm doing a side plank and it's all active, I'm feeling strained, I'm feeling challenged, which is great some days. But today I'm feeling like I just want to take it easy. I want to stretch my whole body out. So placing one hand down to the side, I'm sitting on one hip, bottom leg is bent, top leg is long. What we're going to do here is I'm going to breathe in, lifting my arm up and over. We're pulling our hand away from that foot. My foot is dorsiflexed, as in it is pointing straight forward. And we're going to take 3 breaths here. A lot of the support is coming from that knee, and that's totally okay, because what I want you to feel is that side body. I want you to pull your arm and foot away from each other. Maybe one more breath here, and then we're going to lower all the way down. Awesome job. Let's go ahead and bring this top leg up. We can place it in front of the bottom shin, or we can pull it all the way around. Okay, we're going into a twist. We're going to hug this knee in, or we're going to hook the knee. Breathing in, sitting up as tall as possible. We're going to breathe out and look behind us. 3 breaths here. Breathing in, sitting up tall. Breathing out behind you. And on the next exhale, bring both hands all the way over to the other side. Do a little bit of a counter twist, and then sit back up. So while we're in this position, we might as well go into cow pose. So this is where we stack one knee on top of the other. What I want you to do is just relax the top leg, so it's kind of folded on there. If this is where you are today, that's totally okay. But if we are aiming for perfection, or if your body is capable of this, we're going to stack this knee on top of that knee. So I'm shuffling this top leg over a bit, and it doesn't look perfect to me, so we're going to place our hands in front of us. I'm going to lift those hips up. It's going to allow me to adjust this knee directly on top, and here we are, cow pose. All right, let's go ahead and hook our feet. So I'm hooking my big toes with 2 fingers and thumb, rolling those shoulder blades down our back, and we're gonna just breathe here, feeling our hips stretch. 3 more breaths. And on the next exhale, go ahead and release your feet. We're going to bring both legs over to the other side. So we're going to start that whole routine all over again on this side. I'm placing my bottom hand down. Bottom leg is bent, top leg is straight. Dorsiflex that foot. Make sure it's pointing straight. Breathing in, we're going to breathe out, lift those hips up, and reach that arm up and over. We're stretching that foot away from that hand. Breathing in, breathing out. 3 more breaths here. Just really feeling that side body. And on the next exhale, we can go ahead and lower all the way down. We're going to bring this top leg and bend it. And then we can keep it in front of the shin, or we can bring it all the way around that knee, hugging it or hooking it, whatever you prefer. Breathing in, sitting up as tall as possible. We're going to breathe out and rotate. 3 more breaths here. Breathing in, sitting up. Breathing out, rotating. And on the next exhale, let's bring both hands back over to the other side and a bit of a counter twist. Now we're going to place knee on knee, okay, in our cow pose. So dropping this leg, seeing how you feel. Each side's completely different. If you went all the way on one side and then this side feels like there's no way you could go all the way on this side, it's okay. It's okay to take it easy. So, dropping this knee. If you don't feel like you can stack it on this top leg, or if it's perfect, we can lift our seat. This way we can adjust this top knee that's going to be directly on top of the bottom knee and sit back. Hooking your toes, we're going to roll those shoulder blades down our back, sitting up as tall as possible, and just breathing here. All right, and on the next exhale, go ahead and release those feet. Let's bring our legs out in front of us, and we're going to do reverse tabletop. So hands are pointed towards us, feet are hip width apart. We're going to breathe in, and as we breathe out, we're going to lift those hips up. We're going to drop our head and neck behind us, so we're just relaxing that head and neck. And we're just going to release and relax while we're being active in the glutes and in the back area. 3 more breaths here. And on the next exhale, let's go ahead and release those hips down. We're going to straighten out our legs and sit up. We're going into staff pose. So I want you to sit up as tall as possible. Roll those shoulder blades down your back, placing your hands by your hips and dorsiflexing your feet. Breathing in, we're going to breathe out and press those kneecaps into the ground. We're going to pull those femurs into our hips and just really activate those legs as much as possible. 3 breaths here, breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. And on the next exhale, release those knees. Reach your arms up and over as you inhale and fold over. So we're going to breathe in, look up, and breathe out, fold over. Now I am touching my feet, but you do not have to. You can touch your knees, your shins, your ankles, wherever you can reach today. That's exactly where you need to be. Okay? 3 more breaths. Breathing in, looking up. Breathing out, folding over. All right, and on the next exhale, we're going to reach opposite hand to opposite foot, and then I'm reaching the same side hand all the way behind us. I'm going to look behind me, Breathing in, breathing out, twisting a little more. Now twists are really great to lubricate the spine, but if you have any injury in the spine, you should not do twists. So be wary of twisting. One more breath here. And on the next exhale, reach that back arm in front of you to the opposite foot, and then we're going to reach the hand behind us, looking at that back hand. And on the next exhale, reach that hand back in front of us, and then we're going to sit all the way up and then lay all the way down. But first I'm going to get some water. I've been trying to keep hydrated, and it's really great for you to have at least one whole bottle of water before the afternoon and then another whole bottle of water before dinner. Which it almost seems like an impossible task some days. Alright, so we're laying all the way down. Once we reach the ground, we're going to pull our knees in and just let our back sink into the ground, being grateful for the time we're taking, for all this therapeutic stretching. Three more breaths, just like that. And then on the next exhale, let's go ahead and release one leg long, and we're going to pull in the other knee. So I want you to keep your shoulders on the ground, breathing in, breathing out, pulling that knee towards the same side shoulder. And you can rotate your ankle. Alright, and on the next exhale, let's go ahead and straighten that leg. We can hold behind the knee, or we can hold a little higher, wherever your hands fall. So we can either leave our head, neck, and shoulders on the ground, or we can make it an active stretch where we pick up our head, neck, and shoulders and really reach for our ankles. 2 more breaths here in this straight leg stretch. And then on the next exhale, go ahead and bend that knee, release your head, neck, and shoulders on the ground. We're going to pull both knees in just for a second, and then release the knee that you already stretched. I'm pulling this knee towards the same side shoulder. 3 breaths here. Keep those shoulders on the ground. Alright, and on the next exhale, go ahead and straighten that leg. We're going to reach up towards the ankle, and you can have your head, neck, and shoulders on the ground, or you can lift them up, whatever you're feeling today. Through 2 more breaths here. And on the next exhale, go ahead and release your head, neck, and shoulders down. Release your foot towards the ground. Knees are bent. All right, we're going to do a figure four. So go ahead and place one ankle on one knee. Breathing in, breathing out, pulling your ankle and knee in. I'm reaching through my legs and behind the knee that's facing me and pulling that knee towards me. 3 breaths here. All right, on the next exhale, release that knee, bring that foot on the ground. And what we're gonna do here is let that knee that has the foot on the ground, let that fall over to the side. So we're pretty much placing the other foot onto the ground flat. Arms out to a T, a little bit of a twist. Go ahead and pick up those knees, foot flat on the ground, and we're going to do that to the other side. So place your ankle onto that knee, breathing in, breathing out. We're going to reach through, hold that knee in, and pull it towards us. Feels so good on the thighs and the glutes. And then go ahead and release that knee, foot coming to the ground. So now what we're going to do is let that knee fall over. Other foot is going to come to the ground, arms into a T, into a twist. Now, this side for me does not feel as strained as the other side. So I don't feel much of a stretch on this side. Just like I said before, each side is completely different. All right, and on the next exhale, go ahead and pick up your knees. We're gonna let our feet all the way out, letting our feet fall to the sides, placing one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. Taking a deep breath through your nose and sigh it out of your mouth. Let's do that 2 more times. And just let your body sink into the ground, being grateful for the time that you took today to nurture and healthen your body. Letting your thoughts float away on little clouds, and maybe coming back to the breath whenever you remember. Let's reach our arms over our head, wiggling our fingers, wiggling our toes, maybe even yawning. We're going to bend one knee and then the other and lay all the way on one side, pausing, pressing our hand into the ground, lifting our upper body and sitting all the way up. I want to say thank you so much for joining me in your yoga practice, and I hope that you had an amazing day, and namaste.